You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
All right. Jason Thompson, Chair, New Hanover County Commissioner, our guest on the Sunday morning. State Senator Julia Bozeman recently announced she would not seek another term. Any interest in running for that seat?
No, sir. I feel that the citizens elected me to the county commissioner position. The other commissioners elected me into a leadership position as chairman. And I think I can do a lot more good for this community right here in this position right now. So I would have to say that's a big no, Don.
A big no. Ever?
No, I wouldn't say ever. I would certainly. I've been involved in politics since high school. You know, running for the class president and all this kind of stuff. And
really,
I wanted more recess when I was in middle school. You know, whatever it was. We're going to have free lunches, but. I've been involved, and then with the young Republicans in college. I was involved in leadership positions at college. Just always been involved, and I think, you know, at 17, I elected to serve my country in the United States Marine Corps. I've always wanted to serve, and I think I have a knack for it. So, I guess I have aspirations to maybe serve at what, you know, some call it a higher office, but really, local politics, we get the most done here.
What drew you to the Republican Party? Because you're not what I call a traditional Republican. You're kind of a wild card.
I'm a bit of a maverick. Is that what you're saying in a nice way?
Well, maverick has become a whole other thing since the last election. But
am I going rogue, Don?
What drew you to the Republican Party?
Probably, you know, it's like everybody else, my family. Although my parents were probably more Democrat, my grandfather, who I spent a lot of time and had a great respect for, was very staunch Republican, and I grew up listening to him talk about Jimmy Carter. I'm from Georgia, and oh my goodness, Jimmy Carter was the worst thing that ever hit the world, you know. So the influence, but I believe in the principles and the ideals of, you know, the rights of the individual, less government.
But you work very well with folks across the aisle. You worked with almost all Democrats on the city council.
Yeah, Jim Quinn and I were the only Republicans. Well, just because you're a Democrat doesn't mean we can't work together. Just because you're an independent doesn't mean we can't work together. And quite frankly, if I want to get anything accomplished, I can't do it by myself. I got to have people on the team. I'm a team player, Don.
Getting back to that New Hanover County Senate seat, a lot of names have surfaced. Yours is one of them. You've ruled that out. Mayor Bill Saffo, Attorney Tom Goolsbee, former House candidate Rick Caitlin. Who would you like to see run for that seat if you're not going to run?
Well, and Don, you put me on the spot there. Another name that you didn't mention was attorney here, Michael Lee. I think he's announced he's going to run.
Who ran against Senator Bozeman last time around, yeah.
That is correct. I'm going to say I can't answer that question until I see who all the candidates are, and whichever one I think I can work with the best and do the most for the citizens of New Hanover County. It may be a Democrat, maybe a Republican, maybe independent.
Because whoever eventually wins that seat will be very important to New Hanover County.
That's right. I will certainly need them as my voice for the county in the Senate, so it'd be very important who wins that.
What are some of the other issues that you would like to see moved along in the county under your leadership?
Well, I have probably more lists than you could shake a stick at. There's what I call my big three that I want to squash.
Well, let's go.
Which one of those is that at some point, and I was on the city council when it happened, that the county just picked up and left downtown Wilmington to die and took all of our employees out to Marketplace Mall, and it was a bad decision. I want to squash that because the county had very legitimate reasons to relocate. You know, we're serving the county, not just downtown. We still have more employees than just about anybody downtown. We're responsible for all the court systems, the DA, the public defender, juvenile system. I mean, we still have a host of people down there. So I want to squash that because what that does is that's poking the county in the eye, possibly from the city or
you have a strong commitment to the downtown district?
Absolutely. We're getting ready to do some new things and build new buildings because we're going to expand. Unfortunately, I don't like expanding government, but the legal system is going to have to expand. And so we're participating with that.
Okay, that was number one. What's number two?
Well, number two, I can't really say them all the way I have it on my list, Don. This is a TV show, but that the city and the county doesn't live up to its end of obligations in contracts. Just not true. But I heard that for so long at the city, and I believed it. I come to the other side and find out the other side of the story, and like I told you, we're closer than we think. It doesn't do anybody any good to have city and county, the two biggest municipalities here, at odds. And we're going to squash that and move forward.
Let's talk about solid waste disposal. That's been a big issue and it has still not been put to bed. What about what you'd like to see happen with solid waste disposal in the county and curbside recycling?
Okay, well, that's the easy one for me. I want the county to have curbside trash pickup for MSW and for recycling. That's an expensive project, but that's where we need to move as a progressive thinking community. We're doing an RFP process right now. I got briefed in on it yesterday morning for an hour and a half with a consultant. We're going to have the opportunity to provide for the cities and the county reasonable price tipping fees at our landfill, a continuation and increase the lifespan by 27 to 30 years, continue to incentivize. We're going to be able to do everything we're doing better by joining with the private sector, not just government and private sector, and provide a higher level of service to every citizen. We're going to do that this year.
All right, now, I want to get some, we'll do like a
lightning round, your favorite. Here we go.
I'm going to do just and I want your
I'm not saying yes
response. Or no. Cape Fear Skyway, you
Yes.
support it? You want that to happen?
Yes.
Okay. Titan Cement.
What's
Do you
the
support? Do you support building Titan Cement at the location that it's proposed?
I'll have to say yes. I mean, it's zoned for it. I don't give you the, it's a yes or no. The answer is yes.
Do you have any concerns about environmental issues and
Yes.
what it do to the?
Yes. Well, you're giving me yes or no, so I mean.
All right, well, expand. I mean, you support it, and yet you're worried about environmental concerns. What trumps what?
Okay, well, like I told you before, what brought me to the Republican Party, individual property rights, cornerstone of this country. They bought a piece of property that was zoned properly, allowed by right, didn't have to ask us yes or no. So I support their right to use that property, what it's legally zoned for. However, are there environmental concerns? Am I going to go to them and say, hey, could we cut you from 50 pounds of this to 30 and things of that nature? Absolutely, but I'm not going to take away their right to do something with a piece of property they legally own just because I have concerns on the other side. I guess it's a yes on both.
Okay. Commissioner Bobby Greer, as we mentioned, already went on record saying he's not running for another term. Any thoughts on who you'd like to see get on council?
I have a couple of people that I would love to see get on the county commission.
Want to throw out a name?
No, I do not, because they may not want to run. I've talked to a few, and
Okay.
So far there's only a few people that I know that have announced. Actually, only one. Rick Caitlin announced yesterday he would run for county commission. So wait and see.
We're out of time.
That's good.
Have
I'm
a
off
great
the hot
holiday.
seat. You too. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you very
Always
much.
a pleasure to talk to you. Chairman of the New Hanover County Commission, Jason Thompson. Next week, we're going to talk about one of the great historic landmarks of America right here in Wilmington. Thaliot Hall Executive Director Tony Rivenbach will be joining us. I'm Don Ansell for Byline Wilmington. You have a great week.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning at 11 as we explore the issues that concern you.